Let me show you now the things to come. Soldiers, forces rushing through. They see everything you do.
Welcome to Year of the Greenwood Dragon, Pisces. Year of the Yangwood Dragon begins on February 10th of 2024, lasting through until January 28th of 2025. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. I'm a Rosicrucian seer, biblical astrologer, Christian psychic, and Gnostic mystic. And this is a readings by Rosemary angelic transmission. Now, dragons are regal. They're majestic, imposing, heroic, and very demanding. Dragons are often depicted as sitting regally upon their vast storehouses of luminous treasure deep inside of their well-protected lairs. You often see them in movies and in stories guarding their treasures. They love to guard their treasures. Yangwood Dragon is year of the Greenwood Dragon. Yang trait makes him tough in his masculine personality. Greenwood dragons focus their attention upon planning and performing daring feats of Herculean strength and fortitude to accomplish fame and fortune in life instead of the acquisition of friendships. Green dragons have many admirers and people that want to be friends with these severe creatures because they have great amounts of personal charisma. They have a lot of charm. Keep in mind, though, that dragons do not place social or interpersonal interactions at a high level of priority, unless a given relationship plays a key role in dragons' bigger plan to acquire affluence and popularity. Wood dragons are strong. They're very strong. They're quiet and extremely lucky types of personalities that can be very fulfilled with activities such as going away to distant locations to build a profession, for example, or to create a business, or to amass a vast fortune, again, which they will guard. Okay? Wood dragons, on the whole, are healthy even until their mature years, and especially if they eat right. So feed your dragon right, and they don't suffer from anxiety complexes due to their serious nature. So dragon is not going to be having nervous disorders. They're not going to have psychosomatic disorders. They're not going to be constantly, having problems with being scared of things. They're very practical, down to earth, and they know what they want and they go after it. They don't worry about things that are, they don't worry about, again, like their interpersonal relationships. Not that important, okay? Unless, as they said, unless it advances their career, their fame and fortune. Now, the planet Mars is significant during dragon years, particularly Yang Wood Dragon years, due to the fiery Yang element. And with the celestial body of Mars imparts drive, vigor, purpose, ambition, assertiveness, achievement, enthusiasm, which is good for everybody around them, bravery, and a competitive edge. So they're winners, okay? They're winners. That's right. They're winners. Now, the guardian archangel of Mars is the seraphim Samael. Now, the archangel, the elemental archangel, is Michael for fire in general. So Michael's in there, but Samael specifically of Mars. And the reason is because we'll get into this more later, more of the details, but just understand that Mars plays a big role because dragon is akin to Aries. So Chinese zodiac animal of dragon is akin to it's similar to, is like the Western astrology sign of Aries, which is ruled by Mars, the planet Mars. So the seraphim Samael plays a big role. And understand also that there's another planet we're going to get into a little bit later here when we talk about the gemstones, okay? But let's take a look at the gemstones, the auspicious colors and lucky numbers for Pisces, as well as the advantation talismans for Yangwood Dragon. Astrology lucky charms for Pisces, Pisces the fish, during the Yangwood Dragon, the Green Dragon year. Pisces lucky charms, your gemstones that are lucky for you. Aquamarine is your gemstone, okay, Pisces, aquamarine. The fortunate colors are blue, crimson, eggshell white. Very beautiful colors. And the fortunate numbers are 1, 2, and 4 for you Pisces. Now, Yangwood Dragon lucky charms. The gemstones that are fortunate for dragon are amethyst, black onyx, black star sapphire, carnelian, moonstone, peridot, yellow crystal beryl, yellow citrine. Now use sequence, lots of sparkle, okay, lots of sparkle for dragon year. It's very lucky to use sparkly things and shiny things in dragon year, very important. Now these gemstones that we mentioned, they're all have attributes of a Saturnine quality, and Saturn is another planet that's important for dragon with dragon, okay? Now the very fortunate colors are yellow for dragon, gold and white, silver, black, and green. And the auspicious colors for dragon are 1, 5, 6, and 7. Now the Yangwood dragon color specifics, green is good in a greenwood dragon year, not so much in other elemental years. Red is okay in a wood dragon year, not so much in other dragon years. So the elements of the yin and yang also matter, and the element, whether it's metal or wood or, these other elements, okay? Now, Yangwood dragon color specifics, green is good, as we said, but also regarding red, again, only in wood dragon year. About the number specifics for Yangwood dragon. The number specifics, keep in mind the dragon has 4 legs and needs a tail as a 5th attribute for great balance and mighty power, okay? Dragon also has wings that makes for numbers 6 and 7 to be very lucky for dragon. Wood dragon numbers to avoid are 3, 4, 8, and 9. Chinese Zodiac animal compatibility for dragon. What Chinese animals does dragon like and not like? Well, dragon loves monkey and dragon loves rat. That's very beneficial for me since I'm a monkey. I'm looking forward to dragon year. And dragon very much likes rooster. Dragon likes tiger, snake, horse, goat, and pig. Dragon does not like ox. Dragon does not like dog. And dragon does not like other dragons. Okay? Dragon has an aversion to rabbit. Possibly because dragon helped rabbit during the great race without rabbit knowing the dragon was a hero to rabbit, which consequently caused rabbit to place 4th in the Jade Emperor's race, with dragon coming in 5th place. Dragon also helped some villagers during this race. Being a hero can make for hard feelings when there are neither acknowledgments or rewards or accolades for the uncelebrated champion, when they don't get acknowledged, okay? So we're going to get into more about that later, and we're also going to get into Pisces, your Chinese animal sign. But first, Pisces, mutable water personality. We're going to talk about your mutable water personality during a yang wood dragon year. How do these elements of yang and wood, how compatible is it, and what is the alchemical formula that it creates for mutable water Pisces and everything that goes along with that? Because we're all a great sphinx, are we not? Okay, so Pisces, you'll possess a great desire to conceal your tender sentiments from the prying eyes of other people, especially when it comes to romantic affections. You will then, of course, delight in enjoying the company of those whom you all are already quite fond, people you already like and love, and are more prominently, you'll cherish familiar faces above all. You're going to want familiar faces, the people in your inner circle, okay? Now, if your family or friends, if they spring someone upon you with whom you are not accustomed, you won't necessarily send them on their way. Instead, you will most likely simply give the individual a chance, even if it takes you a long while to build confidence in your relationship with them. So instead of shooing them away, you'll bring them in, but you might keep a little bit of an arm's length until you get to know them and build confidence in the relationship, but you'll give them a chance. Yeah? Okay. You'll bring them in, give them a chance. Now, with that said, you won't have any, you won't have an endless supply, let's say, of days in Green Dragon year to while away trying to get to know new contacts. Rather, your days and nights will be much too eventful and lively with planning and implementing your strategies during this year on both your social and your business fronts. Now, your psyche will be filled with artistic or inspired ideas that you want to see come to fruition. And it is indeed your envisioning of these ideations that gives you the most contentment when Dragon Year comes rolling around. Okay, when Dragon Year comes around. Now, where Pisces brings psychic powers and innovation to the table, dragon frequencies bestow a really sort of a superior attitude, okay, affording authority, control, and a somewhat critical stance, to be honest. You might get an urge to really break up the uniformity of everyday life with starting inventive projects or joining worthy social movements, particularly because you are going to be both watchful and conscientious during the green dragon transit. Now, fresh notions will occur to you, kind of a bright idea, making you the go-to person for original approaches to get jobs done or to launch ingenious endeavors. In fact, you may also find that you tremendously love to travel around to various destinations where you are out and about performing the tasks of either your vocation or your avocation. Moreover, you will be in great demand as a facilitator of communities, due to your great wit, because you've got an amazing sense of humor, and you also have a convincing command of communication. So people are going to want to get you to, speak to their groups, that kind of thing. We're going to get to now, as I had promised, Pisces' place in the Jade Emperor's zodiac race, where Western astrology sign of Pisces corresponds with Chinese zodiac animal of rabbit. Legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the zodiac wheel. Rabbit came in 4th place in this race held by the Jade Emperor. Now, dragon that associates with Aries the ram in Western astrology came in 5th place after rabbit, which corresponds to Pisces in Western zodiac placement. Rabbit did his very best to win and made a good showing by taking 4th place in front of dragon. Now, rabbit had fallen in the river and held onto a log that had miraculously floated towards, that had sort of miraculously sort of appeared, yeah? It floated towards shore and where the finish line was, okay? So that was one part of it. Now, what rabbit didn't know at that point while holding onto the log in the river was that dragon paused in his quest for first place to help rabbit by using a puff of air from his lungs to push rabbit out of this circumstance where he was stuck in the river needing dragon's help to get to the water's edge, okay? The Jade Emperor was happy at rabbit's contentment in taking 4th place, smiling widely as rabbit hopped by him on his way to rest after making a race well run, okay? Now, now the question you might ask is, did rabbit ever find out that he placed so well due to dragon's help? Did rabbit ever realize that he did well because of dragon's help? Dragon and the Jade Emperor were pleased to allow rabbit to relish in his own accomplishment and by no means wanted to embarrass rabbit. That's very important. After all, team effort is more important than winning, okay? Now, but understand that dragon, they say, has an aversion to rabbit because of the situation. Well, the Jade Emperor and dragon decided to just let it be, but there's a part of dragon that wishes that rabbit knew how much dragon had done for him. But there's another part of dragon that wants to let rabbit enjoy his accomplishments without that. And it causes a quandary in dragon. That's why dragon has an aversion. But an aversion, if you study emotions, what we are repulsed by is also what we're attracted to. So understand that too, okay? What we love, we also hate, okay? Those are deep truths that anybody that studies the occult knows, okay? All right, so that's a very interesting dynamic, especially when we just finishing rabbit year and we're coming into dragon year now. Now, Pisces the fish, year of the yang, wood dragon lesson. What is the lesson? Well, Pisces, just like rabbit, likes to notice what other folks are preparing and putting into practice, utilizing their abundant psychic capacities. Your biggest lesson from Green Dragon Year will be to learn how to soothe yourself when a step forward does not come as fast as you would like. Because rabbit's a quick animal, you want it fast, okay? So teaching yourself to remain calm when frustrations arise will be essential this dragon year. Understand that. You must stay confident, cool, and collected. Moreover, it is imperative that you can coax yourself into getting some vital relaxation and recreation. You will most likely have to schedule in some days off or even a real vacation. Otherwise, you might burn out from endless pushing and driving yourself forward, onward, and upward. So please don't be too hard on yourself. Allow yourself some relaxation time. Allow yourself that. Okay, now Pisces, the fish year of the Yangwood dragon. Blessing. What are the blessings? If you do this, you're coming to give. If you do this, you're coming to receive. Blessings. Look forward to ample amounts of opportunities, Pisces, in the theaters of life involving health and well-being, marketing, video production, design, or arranging entertainment. Even though your life will be a bit hectic during Green Dragon year, be of good cheer. Okay, be happy that you will be able to further develop, improve, and benefit from your personal interactions and dealings when it comes to both love and career. Your personality will shine brightly because people find you to be a fascinating, articulate, person, which puts you directly into the limelight, making you the center of attention in any room that you choose to inhabit. So you're going to get the spotlight and be in the limelight and the center of attention during Dragon year. Chinese zodiac animal of dragon corresponds with Western astrology sign of Aries, the ram. Now, legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the zodiac wheel. Okay, dragon came in 5th place in this race held by the Jade Emperor. Dragon was thought to be fast and magnificent by the Jade Emperor, who was curious about why dragon did not come in 1st place as was expected. Okay, now dragon explained to his supreme ruler that he had stopped to help villagers by putting out a fire with his immense a whole big lungful of his immense breath that was threatening their village, and that he also paused in his quest for 1st place to help the zodiac animal of rabbit, by using a puff of air from his lungs to push rabbit out of a situation where he was stuck in a river, okay, needing dragon's help to get to the water's edge. So dragon was helping everybody, okay? He's helping the villagers he was putting out a fire with the enormous amount of breath from his lungs. He was putting out this fire, okay, for the villagers, and he was also giving a big lungful of air to rabbit, which is associated with Pisces, by the way, with rabbit to push rabbit out of a situation he was in where he was stuck in the river's edge. Okay, so he helped him get to the water's edge because the rabbit was stuck sort of in the river, and dragon kind of blew the air and it pushed the rabbit towards the edge. Okay, towards the edge of the riverbank. Okay, so rabbit was able to get away. Now, rabbit didn't know that though. Okay. Rabbit never knew that dragon did that. And that's very important. Now, this story makes a good point that the Jade Emperor was very proud of dragon's consideration of others, whom he put before his own passionate desire to come in 1st place, as everyone had anticipated. Okay? So, dragon did a lot of good deeds. Dragon is like Aries, the ram. Okay. Now, Yangwood dragon attributes. Green dragon of wood and yang elements. So we've got what we have here is we've got a yang wood green dragon year. Okay, so the green dragon of wood and yang elements possesses universal dragon qualities. So we have the general dragon fixed qualities. On the positive side, dragon is known to be ingenious, mystifying, full of life, motivated, and authoritative. Therefore, dragon is a born leader. Concerning other charismatic personality traits, dragon is also seen as courageous, lively, mesmerizing, forceful, insistent, and brutally truthful. Okay, so it's going to tell you the truth. Dragon finds current events very exciting indeed and wants to keep up with the most surprising, astonishing, and recent reports about the nation or the world. Wants to know what's going on, current events. Regarding Greenwood Dragon's characteristics, adding yang into the mix makes dragon extra pushy, artistic, and domineering, more than during other elemental dragon years, okay? So we have that extra bit of that element that's going to make him more pushy. Now, on the negative side, dragon is in general, you know, he can be really intolerant sometimes, apprehensive, extravagant, moody, flamboyant, confrontational, and extreme, okay? Prominence and recognition are very, very important to dragons. So this accounts for some of their sort of over-the-top behavior, okay? Now, if you sort of wound a dragon's emotions, reputation, family name, or finances, keep in mind the dragon will seek vengeance. Going to want to get revenge, okay? So understand that, okay? We'll seek vengeance. Okay, so this is something within dragon, and this is because of having a profoundly eager temperament. Now, dragon zodiac animal has a yang nature in general as far as fixed qualities. The fixed quality goes. Adding the elements of yang and wood creates a fiery personality that now during a wood year has extra fuel from the wood, okay, on hand to stoke the inner inspirational fires of the dragon. So think about that. Now, Greenwood Dragon expresses inventiveness, vision, liberality, kindness, fervor, and gusto, as well as an accommodating nature. So dragon can be accommodating. On the other hand, be mindful the Greenwood Dragon can also become needy, destitute, conceited, ruthless, and elite, feeling better than other people, and entitled to the fortune and fame of others, okay? So understand this is a very strong personality, very strong year, Yangwood Dragon, Greenwood Dragon. Understand that, and understand how to manage all these various qualities. Now, Yangwood Dragon advice. What advice do we have for Yangwood Dragon? During Greenwood Dragon of Yang element year, be conscious to see the world, situations, and relationships through the eyes of individuals or groups that you are considering or judging. So if you're appraising something or someone, so you need to be able to see through the eyes of the person you're judging. Understand their side of the story. There's always 2, 3, or 4 or more sides to every story, okay? Try not to become overly antagonistic, hostile, or cynical about your stance in the circumstances or events concerning you the most. Green Dragon year will make you desire to get hold of more good prospects for advancement, increasing excellent luck, and also of a wider range of latitude with plenty of elbow room to maneuver and get to the top of your chosen game. You're going to elbow your way to the top, okay, of your chosen game and elbow people out of the way, okay? Now, you will be looking for every occasion to receive fantastic options for your future. This desire will generate in you an opportunistic nature during Green Dragon year that might become so intense that you want to grab it from the prosperity of others, okay? Again, see the other person's outlook and don't overstep proper social boundaries that could get you into trouble. Remember the extreme thing. You don't want to get yourself into trouble during this fiery Yang Wood Dragon year with all that wood and all that fuel for the Yang fire, okay? Now, Yang Wood Dragon influence. What are the influences? In Greenwood Dragon of Yang element year, remember the dragon years herald snake years. Understand that. And that often there is great conflict, terrible war, or startling, violent, threatening events during snake years, because during dragon years, people might try to become very famous, okay, in control, or rich, instead of focusing upon the boring, mundane activities that secure a solid foundation for their lives. It's obvious that if people keep spending their money to gain celebrity and fortune, then they might want to overpower, okay, and take the notoriety or fortune of others during snake year, which comes next. This is a very intense sequence of years, okay? Keep in mind that the United States entered World War I and World War II during snake years. In addition to that, the events of 9/11, 2001 occurred during snake year. Moreover, the first apparition of Our Lady of Fatima occurred on May 13, 1917, which is a snake year and a snake month, with the Chinese snake month being from May 6th or 7th to June 5th. Okay? Keep in mind that artistic paintings and sculptures of Catholic goddess Mother Mary often depict her standing on a snake. Okay? And a green snake. And next year's green snake. Is green dragon? Green snake. Okay? Understand that. While Chinese goddess Kuan Yin is shown standing upon a dragon. Dragon year is similar to Aries, and snake year is similar to Taurus, and that follows. Okay? Religion is based upon astrology, which becomes clearly evident when studying all of the cultures together. Then you can see how it all fits in. They're talking about the dragon, they're talking about the snake, they're talking about astrology. And they're talking about a lot of Chinese astrology and Mayan astrology. 144,000 comes from Mayan astrology. That's all it is. All of it. Okay? All of our holidays, Christmas, all that stuff, it's all about stars. The star named Bethlehem. The stars have these names. They're just in other languages, so you don't know that's what it's saying. Okay? Also, interesting for 9/11. Yeah, I think I told you about that one. That was also doing a snake year. Right. Okay, now, year of the dragon repeats every 12 years in Chinese astrology, while year of the Yang wood dragon repeats every 60 years, and this is going to be occurring in 2024, 2084, 2144, 2204, 2264, and 2324. So every 12 years we have dragon, but every 60 years, 60, we have Yang wood dragon. So that's 2024, 2084, 2144, 2204, 2264, 2324 will be like this year. Okay? So when you're 60, you're sort of starting over again. Starting over again. Now, Yang green wood dragon year of 2024 on the Gregorian calendar overlaps with higher counts, both ancient and modern traditional Chinese calendars. The ancient sources, the Chinese year 2024 will be 7244 Chinese year. 7244 Chinese year. Modern sources, the Chinese year 2024, say that will be year 4721 Chinese year. So there's two different schools. One school that says it's the more ancient one, says we're at 7244 Chinese year. Another school, a more modern, not so ancient, says we're at 4721 Chinese year. Okay? And that might be to balance out some other calendars that are worried about 6,000 years. Because that means we're already beyond the 6,000 years if you go with the ancient one, which is probably the case, if you think about it. Okay? Now, comparative cultural astrology and New Year celebrations, traditional Chinese Zodiac places Rat, which associates with Sagittarius in the Western astrology system at the beginning, November 22nd to December 21st, and Pig, which associates with Scorpio, and that's at the ending, October 23rd to November 22nd of the zodiacal astrological wheel. It is intriguing to notice that Chinese Zodiac splits its beginning and ending between Rat, Sagittarius, and Pig, Scorpio, which is right where the mysterious zodiac sign of Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, is found. Okay? Now, Ophiuchus is often called the 13th zodiac sign. It's equally fascinating to become aware that the Celtic pagans consider the festival of Samhain on the 31st of October, also known as Halloween or All Hallows Eve, as actually being their new year. Okay, their new year. Also being a lunar calendar. That's the ticket. With that said, when corresponding with Western astrology, one would associate the head of the Western zodiac, which is Aries, with dragon, and Pisces, the tail of the Western astrology, with rabbit. So we're leaving Rabbit or Pisces, we're just beginning Dragon or Aries. It's also fascinating to comprehend that there are in many cultures more than one New Year celebratory festivals, okay? So some cultures have 4 New Years, and there are different types of New Years, different types of beginnings that they have. Ones like to celebrate trees and that kind of thing, okay? Now, Yang Wood Dragon Year is formed from the attributes of being the first heavenly stem of Yang wood gotten from 10 celestial elemental qualities and the 5th earthly branch gotten from 12 terrestrial animal personalities. Key words for Yang Wood Dragon Year: the Chinese word Jia or Jia, J-I-A. Primary and secondary meanings are, they're going to be meaning like a shell, okay? A plate, armor. See my dragon scales here? Armor. We're making our armor. Nail. It's a protection. First. Number 1. And is the first heavenly stem of 10. Okay. The Chinese word Chen, C-H-E-N, primary and secondary meanings are to vibrate, time, heavenly body, pictogram of a farming implement fashioned from the shell of a large clam to plow the farmland and eliminate wild plants. Okay. Also, a person hanging on to the edge of a rock face, cliffhanger. Okay. Also, a dragon. It means a dragon. So, Chen, it also means dragon. Okay. And stars, it means stars. Or like it said, heavenly bodies, stars. It means North Star. North Star. And in Chinese alchemy, North Star connects with certain portions of the brain. And it's extremely fascinating. And it's extremely fascinating. And this is very important. It also means to shake. To shake. To stir. Beginnings of the stirrings of life. Because remember, it's a spring kind of thing. Heavenly bodies that calculate time, like the planets. Okay? Or the sun and the moon. And the 5th earthly branch of 12. Okay? All right. Now, it's important to note here that the 10 heavenly or celestial stems are derived from the 5 elements in Chinese astrology, which are fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. Okay? The 10 qualities are comprised of the characteristics of yin and yang divisions within the assigned elemental attribute, with this current year of the wood dragon being a yang wood dragon year. Therefore, there are 10 aspects gotten from yin and yang characteristics of the 5 Chinese elements. Now we're going to get into the primary guardian angels for a yang wood dragon year. For the aspect of wood, since there is no specific Western corresponding elemental feature for the Chinese facet of wood, we can approximate the most appropriate angelic forces of the traditional archangels that will be powerful to invoke during a green wood dragon year. Firstly, we want to get what the fixed dragon element is, earth, in addition to wood and earth having obvious correspondences with one another, wood and earth. Now, secondly, trees are said to be the lungs of the earth, and hence the element of air is associated, it's an association that's very useful, quite frankly, and we can use that during a wood dragon year, especially in a green dragon year, because it really gives you the vision of the forest, and forests are said to be the lungs of the world. Therefore, with these 2 connections in mind, we shall proceed to reveal the best elemental archangels to evoke in green wood dragon year. Now, regarding earth, okay, the archangel of earth. Does everybody know who the archangel of earth is, elemental? Right, it's Uriel, being the archangel of all the earth signs. Okay? Uriel, the archangel of all the earth signs in Western astrology. Okay? Does everybody see that? All right. All right. On the subject of air, the archangel of air is Raphael. Raphael, being the archangel of all the air signs in the Western system of magic. Okay? Now, regarding the component of yang, which is associated with fire, elemental archangel of fire is, that's right, it is the archangel Michael. It is Michael, okay? Michael, all right? Archangel Michael or Michael. Western zodiac sign of Aries, which corresponds to the Chinese zodiac sign of dragon, is a fire sign, being cardinal fire. Now, Aries, okay, Aries, corresponding to dragon, gives us dragon's fixed alchemical constituent of earth in Chinese astrology, like we said, and Aries gives us another double dose of initiatory fire to intensify the yang principle already in play, because Aries is fire of fire, as we mentioned. Now, since dragon years occur in late spring of the Chinese zodiac system, Archangel Raphael's element of air is going to be further strengthened. So we're going to have another dose of Raphael. It's going to be further strengthened, okay? Raphael, a double dose of that. Now, therefore, in summary, the elemental archangels that are beneficial to evoke for Yang Wood Dragon are the archangels that are, the ones that are beneficial to evoke are the archangel Michael for the Yang component and for Aries, because Aries is a fire sign. Also, we have Uriel, that's Uriel, Uriel, and Raphael, that combine together create the wood element, okay? And Raphael again for late springtime aspects. A lot of Raphael. I have a special affinity for Raphael. I'm a Leo, sun and moon, so I have a lot of affinity with Michael too, but Leo is air of fire, so I have a lot of Raphael qualities as well. All right, now, the zodiac angel, your zodiac angel for Aries is Makizuru. Remember, Aries is dragon. Aries the ram, the same as dragon. So the zodiac angel Makizuru, which has a lot of similarity to Archangel Michael, to be honest with you, because Michael, Melchidael, Melchidael, and Michael have a lot of similar qualities, or fire, okay? Or a cardinal fire sign is another guardian angel to call upon during a Yang Wood Dragon transit, when that's in effect. Now, secondary guardian angels for Yang Wood Dragon year. The planetary archangel, which associates with Aries being a Western astrology correspondence for Year of the Dragon, is the archangelic ruler of Mars. Mars's archangel is the seraphim Samael, okay? The fiery, with the fiery red eyes, Samael, okay? Awareness of both Western and Eastern astrology associations is helpful. So the planetary Mars, Samael, Aries, zodiac angel, Makizuru. Call upon your guardian angel Samael of Mars for matters of increasing strength, power, bravery, libido, and combat, for attaining a winning edge in competition, gaming, magical warfare, or masculine vigor. Like if you got to work out or something. It's very good for all these sort of masculine, fiery, competitive, warlike qualities. All right. Now we're going to get to the Earth and the celestial angelic coordinates for Yang Wood Dragon year. So what we're talking about is we have archangels that oversee directions on the Earth and also that oversee directions in the heavens, and they're different, okay? So we're going to give you the guardian angels first for the Earth coordinates here on the Earth, and the elements and the direction and the archangel that you can invoke. And then we're going to give you the archangels and the direction and the element for in the heavens, the celestial coordinates that are associated with the zodiac signs. Where the Earth coordinates are associated with the sort of how the weather is coming from the south, like hot, dry in the south, and cold, wet in the west, and in the north, cold and dry, in the east, warm and moist. So it's kind of that. That's from the northern hemisphere point of view, okay? So we're going to give you the Earth coordinates first. Now, for the Earth coordinates, elemental guardian archangels, we have in the north, the elemental archangel of earth, we have Uriel. Uriel presiding and overseeing. Now, we also have the east elemental archangel of air, Raphael. This is in the east. So on the earth, in the east, we have Raphael for air coordinates. In the south, elemental archangel of fire, we have Michael. Everybody see that? Okay. Michael or Michael in the south because of fire. And the west elemental archangel of water, we have Gabriel. Gabriel in the west, elemental archangel of water. Now again, these are going to be different in the heavens because of the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. The celestial or heavenly coordinates for the elemental guardian archangels. First of all, we have Gabriel for the north, and that's because of Scorpio. So in the heavens, the north, we've got Scorpio, the constellation, and we've got water, and we've got Gabriel. All right? Then the east, we're going to have the archangel Michael. In the east, elemental archangel of fire, Michael, because of Leo in the east. All right? And in the south, we have the elemental archangel of earth in the south. South, earth, Uriel, and that's because of Taurus. So Uriel in the south, the elemental archangel of earth. So earth in the south, in the heavens, because of Taurus. And in the west, we have the elemental archangel of air, who is Raphael, okay, because of air. In the west, in the heavens, because of Aquarius, we have archangel of air, Raphael. Raphael. Now, your fortunate compass direction in year of the Yang Wood Dragon. We're going to give you more than just one. Dragon finds lucky destiny in northward and northwestward for treasures and riches. So you're going to have more luck in your fate and your destiny, and you just travel northward and northwest for treasures and riches. Now, southwestward for opportunity and westward for romance. Okay? They say travel west, young man, now, or young lady, you know? Okay. Now during Yangwood Dragon year, avoid easterly directions in Yangwood Dragon year. All right? Now, Yang qualities. What are the qualities of Yang Wood Dragon year? What are the qualities of Yang in Yang Wood Dragon? Yang is masculine, day, hot, fire, dry, summer, outer, dorsal, the outer, the active, the interested, the expanding, the hard, and the dorsal fin. All right. Wood Dragon year, how is wood? Wood Dragon, how is that? Now, Wood Dragon is the elemental, is fortunate, very lucky, prosperous, self-reflective, traditional, okay? Shrewd, credible. Also, going to have a fearful quality, a cold quality, a salty quality, and has to do with the ears, okay? With flexibility, as accommodating as water. Okay, that's the Wood Dragon year. Now the fixed dragon element of earth, motivated, hard-nosed, tolerant, luckily, constant, dependable, will worry, damp, sweet of the mouth, with the cause and effect, practicality as predictable as the earth, providing a peach tree from the seed of a peach. Okay? So you know what you're going to get because it's dependable and it makes sense and it's science. No argument about it. Okay? General dragon associations, Yang is also late spring. So generally dragon is Yang. Generally dragon is late spring. Generally dragon is earth. Dragon is Aries. The flowers are hyacinthe, jasmine, and clerodendron. Now, jasmine is good for wood dragon years, and use white and or purplish shades of clerodendron for dragon, okay? Third month on the Chinese lunar calendar. It's the third month, okay? It's the first trine of late spring corresponding to Earth, more Earth, which associates with Saturn, okay? Yellow dragon, the color yellow, the digestive system, the spleen, and the stomach. Keep in mind that this is a green dragon year. So it's kind of, you know, during a green dragon year, it's kind of fresh, refreshing. It's a little bit more refreshing. Now, there are 5 elements in Chinese astrology, being fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to get into those a little bit more now. The Chinese astrology, the generating cycles are first. We have generating cycles. This is new. This is all new, because before we gave you the controlling, we'll give you those, but we want to give you, first time ever, the generating cycles. Okay, water generates wood as rain nourishes a tree. Wood generates fire in the way that burning wood creates fire. Remember, this is a wood yang, so it's fire. Wood dragon, you know, yang wood, okay? That's fire and that's wood. So wood generates fire in the way that a burning wood creates fire. Remember that. There's going to be fuel for all that fiery yang stuff, okay? Fire generates earth as ash, which becomes part of the soil, is formed from burned wood. Earth generates metal as metal ore is mined from the earth. And metal generates water in the way that water condenses on a metal surface. Okay. Chinese astrology controlling cycles. Fire controls metal, because you can heat it up and shape the metal. Metal controls wood, because you can cut the wood with the metal. Wood controls earth, because the wood of the roots push aside the earth and grow. The tree grows. Earth controls water, because earth blocks the water and separates the water. Water controls fire, because you can put out the fire with the water. Okay? Now, this is the circle of life as we have come full circle. We attempt to balance the 5 elements. Okay, we're going to give you these specifics here. Fire is joy. It's heat. It's bitterness, and it's of the tongue. On the other hand, earth element is worrying, fretting, worrying. It's damp, it's sweet, and it's the mouth, and it's the taste buds, okay? The tasting of the mouth. Metal is grief. It's dry. It's pungent. It's the nose, okay? Water is fear. Cold. Salty, the ears. Wood is anger. And this is a wood dragon year. It's anger. Okay? Understand that. Wind, sour, and the eyes. They get angry at what they see in wood dragon year. And all that wood to fuel the fire. Good thing there's a lot of earth in that. To calculate the Chinese New Year, simply count the second new moon that comes after the winter solstice. The information found in the document that we have in the description box is based on and in the video, is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again.
Let me show you now the things to come. Let me show you how and where to run. His eyes are gray, piercing through the night. He has come to save his only right. Forces rushing through, they see everything you do. Towers high, cameras on, true everything you thought was wrong. You thought was wrong, wrong, you thought was wrong.